Welcome back. I expect you... Thanks to Arenvold's selfless efforts. Until such questions are answered, we will struggle to devise an effective strategy for thwarting the Telopheroi's stated...
It is possible the ancient knowledge preserved within our archives may hide a clue to our enemy's methods. But given Sharlayan's established...
Oh, I well remember what they're like. The Forum's barefaced refusal to assist you in the days prior to the calamity must rank as sharp, but were the final days to be reenacted. I trust we are all of the same mind on this matter. Urgent as it seemed, I took the liberty of petitioning the Alliance for leave to act as Eorzea's emissary, and have since received their blessing.
I presume your role as a student of Baldessian will carry some weight?
One can but hope. If truth be told, our organization has been a shadow of its former self ever since the disappearance of the Isle of Val. But, if there are no objections, I shall depart for Sharlayan at once. After hearing what transpired in the first, I began to question the true nature of Hydaelyn's blessing.
We were wondering, when was the last time Hydaelyn... When you regained her blessing, was it not? But never since. Not in all your time in the First, when you faced the Unsundered, the very heart of Zodiark.
History shows us that Hydaelyn is able to awaken the echo in her chosen, convey her will directly, and grant to our knowledge, however, she has not sought to intervene in man's...
Might not the explanation for that lie with her choice of champion? Mayhap she is content to trust in his judgment.
Mayhap she is. But following my initial discussion with Kryl, I made inquiries of my own, and as far as I'm able to tell, Hydaelyn...
During my time in the First, the Oracle of Light spoke to me through Reem. But that was not the will of Hydaelyn.
Indeed. And while she and Hydaelyn were inextricably linked, Minfilia yet acted of her own volition. A messenger, yes, but one who spoke with her...
I wonder, could Hydaelyn's silence suggest the presence of some disruptive force, perhaps? Some obstacle to communication? While I share Urianger's high opinion of your then again, who am I to say? The fact is, we simply... Resolved though I am to go... Estinian, we stand on the eve of a struggle that will decide the fate of this star. One in which we scions may play a telling part, yet we are but few in number. And so I must ask you again.
You see the world the way you want it to be. I see the world the way it is. But I know you would never turn your back on those in need. Never close your eyes to this. I have seen others draw strength from your belief. In Ishgard, in Alamigo, you inspired them. And even when you lost those you held dear, you carried their spirit with you. But you bear it willingly. If you have need of my strength, it's yours. After all you've done, how could I?
Thank you, Estinian. Whatever challenges await us, I shall not falter. You...
And now, I may bid you farewell.
You will be sorely missed.
I shall do my very...
Well... apparently not. Or... could it be that...
You are unwise to remind me of so... It will not affect our plans, I trust.
Oh, hardly at all. Though, admittedly, the chances of us being able to procure any more Mericidian dragons are rather slimmer following Tiamat's reappearance. Oh, but the seeds have been sown, my lord! We have only to... Speaking of preparations, is it safe to assume that you will...
The hour draws nigh. This nation, forged for Ascian ends, will find...
A mighty empire, now no more than a... Which brings me back to our earlier topic. My lord, while I appreciate that it is not an easy decision, it really is past time you chose your weapon.
There is one that I have been meaning.
Well, well, not quite what I was expecting, though I will say, it does seem rather apt.
Esteemed guests.
Information on our taken brethren you have, yes? Hear it we would! Ah! Beyond forgiveness these featherless ones are!
We too would see your kin liberated. But ere we attempt their rescue, we must first find a means to negate the risk of tempering. Without that, we will be unable even to approach the towers, let alone...
If all else fails, I've always found cannonballs quite...
Think for a moment. Ponder, consider, think!
Y'shtola spoke of defenders. I but offered a means to clear a path, should you...
Given the enemy's capabilities, we will all need to play our part if we are to have any chance of success. For if it...
A paragon, the Empire, our very gods. How can we hope to prevail against...
That our foe is formidable, none would deny. But our strengths are many and... masters of strategy, masters of magic, masters of the land, the air, and the sea, and together there is nothing. I beg your pardon?
What is it, Soulwalker? Do not express your passion thus. A little city without deals, perhaps? Suffice it to say, I am proud to become...
We kobolds have not forgotten the crimes the Overdwellers committed against us in the past. But to...
Make mock of the Ixal the Paragon does! Turns kin into puppets! Pits brother against brother! Free them from his...
As Patriarch Zadar will attest, the Scions have granted us a means to free your brethren from their thraldom. This boon we will gladly share, that your people might
We accept! We accept!
Praise me!
It's taken a while, but I do believe we might be one step closer to...
We still have a long way to go, and we're going to need...
If I may have your attention, there is one other point I would like to raise. As we can all agree, freeing those held captive must take precedence over every other concern. But experience has taught us that none save those with the capacity to resist tempering can hope to enter the towers unscathed. And even once inside, a still greater threat may yet await them, that which we call a... Needless to say, if we are to succeed, engaging with such foes can only ever be considered a last resort. And so I move that we seek to prevent them from being summoned in the first place.
Yes! Both prayer and ether are needed for the ritual. Should either one be denied, the summoning would fail.
Indeed. And so we must endeavor to discover the source of the ether on which the process depends. Do so, and it may present a way to halt the summonings, or perhaps even neutralize the tower.
A promising proposal. While you are conducting your investigations, however, we will need to remain... to stand a better chance of keeping our enemy at bay.
We, Amalja, would have been overwhelmed were it not for our newfound ally.
I see we are all in accord. But what are we to call this proud fellowship of ours? I submit that the honor of naming it should go to the scion whose brave efforts have done so much to unite.
But that's the name I...
A fine choice, for there is none here who does not love Eorzea.
Aye, in that we shall ever be united.
United in our gratitude for the realm that gave us life.
Then let it be recorded that on this day, the Grand Company of Aeol...
How long have we dreamed of this moment? And now that it's here,
Elder Seedseer. I am Fortuno Leveilleur, here in my capacity.
It is I who should...
It has been too long.
As do you both. Ameliance will be glad to hear that you are taking care of.
How is Mother?
She misses you terribly, of course. Circumstances apart, I'm grateful that our meeting has afforded me the chance to be real.
All thanks we owe to him. In the day, were it not for him, our strength would have been quite...
He would doubtless have been moved to hear you say so. I must confess, however, that I opposed his decision to intervene. And my position remains...
To chart the course of history, not to change it.
It is more than that. It is our way of life. But I came here not to deliver a lecture, but the forums are... Sharlayan will under no circumstances intervene in the conflict.
May I ask for what reason the Forum has come to this decision?
The final days.
Father, you may feel safe on your little island across the waves. But if you imagine the Telophoroi will leave you be, you are mistaken. They mean...
Alphino is right. We have seen what the enemy is capable of, the lengths to which they'll go. If Eorzea falls, so too will Sharlayan. So if you truly love our homeland, you...
I thought you knew better than to raise your voice to your elders. It seems I was wrong. Wrong to ever let you leave, Sharlayan. But I see now that Eorzea has made fools of you both. For all his wisdom, his only solution was to go to war. Death, devastation, ruin. It is the duty of the learned to avert such tragedy. I see your friend shares your misguided ideals. But unlike him, you should know by espousing such barbaric no... Alphino, Alisaie, as of this moment, you shall no longer bear the name of Leveilleur.
What?
Father! How you choose to live your lives is no longer my concern. If you wish to walk the path of ruin...
Master Fortuno, while Sharlayan...
I have said what I came here to say.
Father! Wait!
Don't bother, Alisaie!
How can you stand there and watch him walk away? How can you let this happen?